Hi, and welcome to episode 83 of M1 Yarns and the Michigan Makers podcast. I'm Jamie, your host and the yarn dyer behind m1yarns.com. And if you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. If you're new here, this is a mostly knitting related podcast. A little bit of yarn kind of stuff, a little bit of spinning. We've got that today. A little bit of other crafty pursuits. So if that's your cup of tea, grab a cup of tea and join me. Oh, I should say, I'm not going to read this out loud in case there's any kids in the room, but somebody got me this very funny mug for me for my birthday last month, and I just thought it was kind of the vibe for today. So after this, I hope to go sit and knit for a while. Today is Friday, so I figured I would wind up the week with a little bit of me time just to sit and knit. Netflix has a few shows I'm trying to catch up on. Peacock does too. Love a good trashy show to knit with. So anyway, all that to say, maybe I can be your trashy show to knit with. Just kidding. I try not to keep this very trashy, but you know. So it has been a minute since I've recorded a podcast episode. In fact, I think it's been about 5 weeks, which is probably the longest I've gone, but I've been a busy bee. So in today's episode, I think I'll share with you a lot of the stuff I've been working on, and then we'll also chat about what maybe is on the horizon, because I've been doing a little bit of, you know, like perusing Ravelry, thinking like, what should I make next? Because one of my projects I'm pretty close to finishing, and by pretty close, I mean I still have to knit the sleeves, which counts as like the final stretch. So anyway, let's dive in. Okay, so for the shop, my website, I have a couple new kits, and I thought I'd share it with you here because a lot of my viewers are all across the country, although many of you are based here in Michigan. If you're based here in Michigan, my fiber show season is starting up, and I have, I think, 7 fiber festivals I'm vending at this spring and summer. And my first one of the year is in 2 weeks in Charlotte, which is, if you're not familiar, just outside of Lansing, and it's the Spring Makers Fest. It's a 1-day event. This is going to be my first time vending there, and I'm super excited because this year I'm going big. I'm going from a 10 by 10 booth to a 10 by 20 booth. So we're going to have lots of fun stuff in the shop. And to prepare, I've been making lots of kits because I know that you guys love kits. So the first one I wanted to share with you is something I have teased here on the podcast before, but had not fully shown. I think I maybe showed the yarn and talked about it. But let me introduce you to Teddy the bear. This friend is, I didn't do a great I really didn't do a great job sewing on his head, so I've got to fix that. Just ignore the, he's got like a little wonky neck. He needs to go to the chiropractor. We all do. Teddy the bear is made out of my new teddy bear yarn. The kit includes 2 skeins. I'll insert a photo, and the pattern for this bear. I designed this. It is pretty beginner friendly. I would say, like, if you've already knit a hat or something, this is a decent project. There's a little bit of flat knitting for some of the pieces and a little bit of round knitting, and then there's some assembly required, which was actually pretty fun. So the yarn is made of, why don't I have this in front of me? My brain is out to lunch. It's Friday. I'll put on the screen what the yarn contents are. But what I really love about this, and I do love a good stuffed animal, I love that this is heirloom quality. So let's say you knit this for your child or your grandchild. this is going to be something that will, you know, withstand all the love and the cuddles that this bear deserves, and will surely be passed down to the next generation, which I just love. I love a good heirloom. This is quality yarn. It is absolutely just soft. I mean, I have really sensitive skin, and I can totally cuddle with this, like skin to skin, and it doesn't itch me at all. So Teddy the bear is my new best friend, and I hope that he will become your new best friend too. So these kits are in the shop, and what else can I say? Not much. Anyway, so Teddy the bear is in the shop. I'm just gonna set Teddy over here. And then the other kit that I wanted to share with you guys is the Alpine Bloom hat. This is a hat pattern by Caitlin Hunter, and I think I shared it. Had I cast it on last episode? I don't think so. Anyway, this is a really cool color work pattern. If you've never knit color work before, I think a hat is a great opportunity to practice. The hat, my kits are made with sport weight, organic, non-superwash merino that is extremely soft, not itchy. I'm very particular about my non-superwash yarns. It's still got to be soft. And then the contrast yarn, we have a whole bunch of options as far as colorways. This is Surrey alpaca lace weight, held doubled for that contrast motif. So I am inserting a picture because my sample is actually at my local yarn shop for a trunk show. But anyway, I have lots of options in the shop, and I think getting one of these kits during the summer is great because then you can take it with you, you know, for like car knitting or knitting at the park, and then you'll have it ready for fall. So I think I'll definitely wear this hat at Rhinebeck in October. Hope to see you there wearing your hat. So those are two of the things that I've been working on that has really, you know, kind of sucked up a lot of my energy. If you've been watching, you know that we have a knit along going on right now. The Back to Basics knit along, and this is super casual, super chill. Knit any basic sweater. No lace, no cables, no color work, just simple. So I'm knitting the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Maid, and this is yarn that I had bought and then over dyed. So this is kind of a one of a kind. It's a bamboo alpaca blend. I'm not loving the bamboo. It's very sticky to knit with. But I'm loving like kind of this fun pooling effect. And I really wanted like a sweatshirt vibe, like a really oversized, casual, simple. Okay, so my camera randomly stopped recording and I didn't notice for several minutes. So anyway, I think what I was saying on my Cozy Classic Raglan was that I just need to knit the sleeves and then I'll be done. So if you are knitting a project for that knit along, which again is super casual, just a basic sweater, post to Instagram project photos with this hashtag, or join the chat in the Ravelry forum, which is linked below, along with all the links on where you can find me, plus all the show notes. I always forget to say there's show notes, and they're below. The only other thing that I'm really knitting on these days is my temperature blanket, which I haven't shared in a while. But I'm knitting 2 rows in garter for every day of last year's temperatures in Detroit. And this is through April of 2023. So like in April of 2024, I was trying to knit the April 2023 temperatures. Now it's May, so I'll knit the May of 2023 temperatures. So this is a retrospective, and the yarn is, my camera stopped recording again. I really have no idea what's going on. But I was talking about the yarn. This is Hobbii Happy. So my camera stopped recording again. So this is now like take 3 on what I'm trying to say. But the yarn I'm using in my temperature blanket is Hobbii Happy Place, a collab with Tony of TL Yarn Crafts, who is a good friend of mine. When she debuted this yarn about 9 months ago, she gifted me some of it, and then I loved it so much I ordered a bunch. It's a DK weight wool and cotton blend, and I'm loving how my, warmer temperatures are adding in some dimension to this beautiful, fun piece. So that's the other thing I'm knitting, and I'll be continuing to knit that throughout the year. That'll be like my take a break from whatever project I'm working on kind of thing. I did order a bunch of that yarn, and I am considering using some of it. Let me just show you some of the balls. These are the solids. The ball I showed you before is the melange, where it's like a blend. I'm considering making like a tea or a tank out of this, because I think it would be, really great for the summer. So one of the projects I'm considering for this color combo is I'm looking at my computer, the Sailor Swift tank. And my friend Claudia had recommended this pattern. Yeah, Sailor Swift top. It's a very fitted sleeveless top, and I thought that this would be really fun. Or else I thought about doing this yarn in like a ribbed tank, and the one I had in mind is called the Remi Camisole by Kadri, and I'll insert a photo here, but I thought that that would be totally my vibe. So because it's like early May, I am definitely thinking, what do I want to knit this spring to enjoy throughout the summer? And that lands me on the next thing that I want to share with you. So I am a newbie spinner, and I have an electric eel wheel. Love it. They just released the 6.1 version of that e-spinner. I have the 6.0. It's great if you are short on space and you don't want like a full wheel, or if you're just learning to spin so that you can get the hang of drafting and not have to worry about your feet. So I had bought some fiber from Melanated Boho Bay at Cake Palooza last October, Rhinebeck weekend. And I just got done spinning it. I have to find the tag on what this is, but I plied it with some mohair. And this was a strange one. Everything was going fine until I plied it. I don't know if I underplied it. I'm not really sure. I love the color, but I was thinking of pairing it with this. Now that I'm holding it up, I'm not so sure. But I want to use this for the color work in the early bloomer, which I will insert a photo. I just don't know what kind of contrast yarn color I want to use, because I want this to be the contrast, the color work. So, I'm trying to do a little bit of spinning every few weeks so that I kind of keep up like the, what do you call it? Technique? Yeah. So that's that. So really, because it's like spring, I want to knit something spring-ish. But I also have a few other things I want to knit. So stand by, let me show you. And if you're noticing this yarn, these are new colorways in my shop. This is the Easy Rider DK base. I will talk about this, or you can just check it out on my website at your leisure. But I have some really fun new colorways, and this one's my favorite. I'm calling this Spin the Color Wheel. Anyway, So I bought this yarn by Seven Sisters Arts. It's kind of like a greenish gray. I bought this at Woolen Folk 2022. It's like a, I don't know, what is this? It's called Rock Olive is the colorway. It's a pretty good colorway name. High Twist Single. Anyway, it's fingering weight, and I thought about knitting a lento, holding it with my new Yak Dream yarn. This is a lace weight yarn, and what I really love about it, for folks who love fuzz but hate like the itch of mohair, this is like a dream. It's so soft. It is made of 41% baby alpaca, 35% silk, 13% merino, and 10% yak. It's similar yardage to a skein of mohair. So I was thinking these two held together would make a really cool lento. So that's another option. And then I have had caked up, ready to go, with a printed copy of the pattern, the Stonecrop Cardi. I've had this like literally ready to go for a year. And I just need to get on with it. So the main color is going to be my beach sand. My yarn's a mess. And then my contrast color is going to be this, what is this? Is this crazy? What is this? Yeah, this is Crazy by Stonehenge Fiber Mill, which is a Michigan-based fiber mill. And, where's the rest of it? I even think these are the same colorway, but look how different that is. So that'll be an interesting piece of art. But I feel like because it's fingering and it's all over color work and texture, it's kind of a big undertaking, and I don't know if I'm, maybe I just need to bang out like a good summer tee or tank and then do this. I don't know. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Advent pre-orders did go on sale since the last episode, and they are still open if you are interested in purchasing an Advent box. These will ship in November, and this year's theme is a world tour of fiber. It'll be 5 full-size skeins of fibers sourced from 5 countries on 5 continents, and one of them is going to be fibers sourced from Michigan, milled in Michigan, and dyed in Michigan. So for my Michigan folks, that's going to be super cool. There's actually, Michigan is considered in the fiber world to be at the center of a resurgence of a particular breed. So if that's any hint to you, if you are a breed snob, that's something really special. And I'm really excited to collaborate with a local to me mill. So that's a little something that I haven't previously announced. But yeah. Oh, what am I wearing? I'm wearing the Barbie crop by Marl Mokri, whose design brand is Knitting Ruined My Life. This is my Easy Rider DK yarn in Marmalade, Berry Compote, and Night. Let's see. I really did not prepare for this episode. I really wanted it to be organic. So here we are. Kind of just talking out the side of my neck. So yeah, I quickly teased that I have 7 new colorways. This year I had some goals to go a little softer and a little crazier. In years past, I've done a lot of like jewel tones and a lot of neutrals, and I was ready for like a reset this year. As I mentioned, my booth is going to be bigger. I have a lot of really fun kits. So if you don't already subscribe to my newsletter, you can access my website where at the bottom you can sign up for that. But anyway, so in anticipation of show season, I just created 7 new colorways. So I'll just run through these real quick. Fresh Eucalyptus, Pink Frosting, Clear Blue Skies. So those are the tonals. And then we've got Spin the Color Wheel. This is going to get hard to hold everything. Tropical Vibes. You got to like spin it so you get all the vibes. I'm loving that turquoise in there. And then Bees and Barbies. And, oh, I'm dropping skeins. Every Shade of Lipstick. Yeah. Don't ask me how I come up with these colorway names. They literally just pop into my head when I'm sitting at my table, twisting up skeins, thinking ahead to the next step of smacking on a label, and then, you know, assigning a colorway name. It just comes to me. So those are new. Also, some of you were asking for Aries Baby to be added to the shop on DK. This is the Easy Rider DK also. I always love showing like a couple skeins of it because then you get more of a vibe. So I love this colorway. My camera has started and stopped at least 5 times during the recording of this. So I'm going to take this as a clear sign that the universe does not want me podcasting today, because this is going to be a pain in the ass to edit. Anyway, so I know the moment I stop recording, like for good, I'm going to remember something I want to talk about. But I can't think of anything. So I think we're just going to call it a wrap. I hope you all are doing well. Sorry for the long break between episodes, but I didn't really have much to talk about, and I'd rather have a really organic, meaningful podcast episode than just jumping on here for the sake of jumping on here. So, yeah, I've been busy, and show season is about to start. So if you are in the Lansing area, May 18th, come to Spring Makers Fest. And if you're in the Petoskey area, June 1st and 2nd, I'll be at Tip of the Mitt Fiber Festival. So anyway, have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.